Toscana. All right, first step of Zuppa Toscana is 4 strips of bacon. This is actually 5. Go ahead and fry them up. Okay, all the recipe information is going to be in the video description, so take a look at that. You can go ahead and cut and paste it and put it in your favorite album or whatever. So first step right here, I actually like mine to be a little bit softer than my regular bacon. Why? Because I believe when I actually put it into the soup and then I actually put it in the pressure cooker, it's going to take some of that flavor out of there, right? Not fully cook it, but first step, right? You know, this is my trick right here. It seems like a lot of work for one dish, but you'll start doing it and you're going to be like, it's well worth it. So there you go. Just in frame. Oh man, those bacon bits look good. I might even put some of my pizzas that I'm about to make today. Alright, and I just go ahead and let it do that final cooking. Let me change my hand position here so you can see what I'm getting ready to do. And I'll go ahead and drain it. Some of that oil in there. Why? Because now I'm going to go ahead and this is what I do to make that oil get out of there. Alright, I'm going to move that heat down to medium. Doing a couple things over here at once. See how I'm spreading it out on the sides here? So I want that texture to be there. I want to get very crunchy. Very crunchy. Alright? And then I'm going to save that bacon grease for later. Always save that bacon grease. Alright, sorry the fan's on right now, but we're doing the 1 pound of ground beef. You know, sometimes I like to have the big chunks, sometimes I like the small chunks, but we're almost done with this. Just wanted to show you what, how much we want to make sure all the pink is out, of course, right? You want to chop them up. So you saw I left some of that oil from that bacon. A little bit of flavor, okay? Next ingredients I put in there, a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper. Even though Italian sausage already has fennel and all that Italian seasoning in there, still like to put in additional. Of course, I'm going to put in red pepper flakes. Red pepper flakes. A pinch or 2. No, that's nothing crazy. A pinch or 2. This is mild sausage, spicy sausage. You know, that's what's in Italian sausage. So when they make it spicier now. I don't know if you knew that or not, right, but it's done. So I'm going to put them in this bowl. Through the strainer, using it, chop them up. As you can tell, get that oil out of there. Okay. Trying to get that oil out of there. I'll keep doing that until this is full. Go to the next thing. I got the pan in here. I just dripped out the oil, and that should be my natural oil for now the onions. Okay. All right. So I got the onion in there. We're gonna go ahead and saute them. This is all normal stuff, right? I got the onions in there, and I just put the garlic in there. This is the color you want. Hopefully you can see that. You can pause it, rewind it, and then what am I getting ready to do now? I'm getting ready to put the beef in, and then the broth. All right, so stand by for the standby. All right, so here we go. We're about to put everything in the pressure cooker dish. We got the ground pork, we got the onions and the garlic. We got the potatoes over here, cut in these half moon size, right? We got the chicken broth. I bought 2 in here. I'll show you why. I'm gonna fill it all the way up to the line. All right, so first goes in the Italian sausage, ground pork. All right, just put it straight in there. The pressure cooker is not on; it's still off, right? Next thing we're gonna put in here is we're gonna go ahead and take in our potatoes. Oops, I still got a potato I gotta chop. Sorry about that. I'll do that right after this. And then next thing we're going to add on here is we're going to go ahead and let me get these onions and garlic, the sauteed onions and garlic, and we're going to go ahead and add them to the pot. You know, make sure that you get all little bits, okay? This is all flavor. And now we'll add our chicken broth. Idea here is to get it to that line. I'll point at that line, but I think you can visually see that line in the pot. You never want to put it above that line because you know it's going to boil and everything. So here's about to wrap up, finish up this one 32 ounce chicken broth. As you can tell, it's a little bit below the line, so let me go and stir it real quick, make sure that it hits. What a few things that people forget is they don't stir. And sometimes if you have tomatoes, if I put the tomatoes in there, or let's just say the meat settled in on the bottom, sometimes the juices don't get down there, so it'll burn. Now I'll add that flavorful bacon, chopped bacon. I'm gonna save some, or maybe not. Maybe I just put it back in here. But let's see. Sometimes I like to use them as toppings, but I did cook some other bacon strips that I can chop up a little bit later. So those are the kind of things that you want to consider on the side while you're prepping all these things, right? So again, I stirred it up, and let's just go ahead and add the rest of the bacon bits. Another quick stir. But look at these ingredients. You got all these hearty ingredients in there. I use low sodium chicken broths, FYI. So now I gotta decide. Since it's under that line, I'm gonna go ahead and add a little bit more to it. I could easily say put 60, 32, 48, 64 ounces. But how do you know that really when you have all the potatoes and that's all got you can't exactly measure it. So just get it under that line, and then another quick stir. We'll close the lid up. We'll set it from a range from 6 minutes to 8 minutes, and I'll tell you why there's a range. But make sure everything is under that water line, right? All right, so everything's in the pot. You saw that, stirred it up. Make sure I hit that line, and I'm gonna go it for. The recipe calls for 8 minutes, but remember, I'm gonna put some vegetables in there, which is kale and some heavy cream. So I'm gonna go shoot for 6 minutes. I know my pressure cooker, so I'm gonna go vegetable, and I'm gonna go for 6 minutes, and then boom, let's see what it looks like. All right, so took the air out, no more air. You can do a slow release too if you want. Remember the quick tip, tilt it so your hand doesn't get burnt. Ooh, look at them tomatoes. See that water still coming out of there? Whatever you do, there's always gonna be water there. Alright, so let's do a little quick stir. Ooh, that's looking good. The potatoes look good. Okay, 2 more ingredients left. What's those 2 ingredients? 1, use the kale. I'm using this kale right here. It's already ready to go. Cleaned and everything. Gonna stir it in. Oh, trick with kale. But if you didn't know that, if you're cooking with it, you want to have them in tiny pieces like this. Tiny pieces, so they can. So when you put, so they're not filling up your mouth. Okay, tiny pieces. See that? See these pieces? That's what you want. You want pieces like that, especially on a meal like this. Okay, so this is right in there. I'm gonna squeeze it in there. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and put the top on, and I'm gonna start it for 1 minute. Well, what I'm gonna do is actually put the top on, and then I am going to. This is my trick. Instead of doing 2 minutes. Like for something like sinigang, I'm just gonna let it boil inside. All right. So what am I gonna do? I'm gonna go ahead and, as you can see, I'm trying to get it under the water line. All right. And I'm gonna go ahead, put the lid back on, and I am going to cook it. I have 2 options. One is to set it, forget it 2 minutes. But what I like to do is I like to boil, just give it a 5-minute timer on a regular timer. I got a clock timer over there, and stop it. So that doesn't matter if I got 10 minutes on here or 2 minutes on here. I'm just gonna basically let it cook for 5 minutes by itself. All right. So I don't know if that was clear on that. So I'm gonna try to give you a step by step. So I'm gonna start it, right? So let's just say it's gonna be 2 minutes. But I'm gonna set a timer. I'm gonna let it do its thing. You're gonna start seeing it tumble, meaning it's starting to cook, it's starting to boil inside there. I'm gonna put a timer on for 5 minutes. And once that timer is done, no matter what this is, I'm gonna go ahead and take it out and add the whipping cream or the heavy cream. Okay? Hope that helps. I can let it go the whole 2 minutes, but I don't want my potatoes to be too soggy and all that kind of stuff, right? So this is what I do. I've done it where it's done 2 minutes, but those moon-sized potatoes become almost mushy. So air is out. My timer 5 minutes done. Open the lid. Shake it, shake it, shake it. There you go. All right. I got one more ingredient to add. Okay. But let's go ahead and add that 1 cup of the heavy cream. All right. I don't like to put the heavy cream and then pressure cook. I just had a bad experience with that. So I do it afterwards. Okay. Do it afterwards. That was 1 cup. It'll be in the recipe. See what I was talking about with the potatoes? Some are already smushed it. Oh, look at that. It smells good. Alright, it smells really good. Look at that big pot. You can start seeing those ingredients. Putting all the way to the bottom there. You're seeing all that sausage, right? Okay. Man, look at that. That's kale right there. Taste it, taste it. Man, that's good right there. That's good, but you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna put some more salt and pepper and some pepper flakes on there and do it again. Again, that's what I want to do. So I'm gonna put some more. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 turns is about half a tablespoon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's gonna probably be about a teaspoon. Then I'm gonna add a little bit of the pepper flakes. Saw that right there. That's probably a 1/4 teaspoon. And I'm gonna stir. Stir. Okay. Stir, stir, stir. Now remember, you can start off with a spicy sausage, Italian sausage already. And this is just my flavor. It was good. Okay, had nice texture to it. Or excuse me, nice flavor to it. But I wanted to have a little bit more bite. Grab a new spoon. Taste that broth. There you go. There you go. All right. You can see that flavor, or you can see that texture there. Got that nice ground pork, Italian sausage. Got your potatoes, onions. You can even see the onions. All right. So you see what I'm talking about the potatoes. I actually think these are nice, good sizes right now, but it's gonna be hot in here, right? So they're gonna get more mushier. So just be aware of that next time when you do yours, and I will on mine too. All right. So maybe instead of 6 minutes, I'm gonna go 4 or 5 minutes. You can always add, right? You can always add time to it, but hey, it still looks good and still tastes good. Look at that bite right there. Yep, that's it. Hope that helps.